So beautiful.
This week, the Uganda government announced that the mandatory $30 charges levied on all travelers arriving at Entebbe International Airport for COVID-19 tests had been waived off. This measure, according to the Executive Director of the East African Business Council, John Bosco Kalisa, is a welcome move from the government of Uganda.
We realized that that cost of $30 was one of the hindrances that would inhibit or hinder the growth or recovery of the tourism sector. Let me say that the measure, the initiative that Uganda has undertaken, it is commendable.
According to the East African Business Council, partners lost international tourism receipts to the tune of $4.8 billion in the year 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This resulted in the loss of about 2 million jobs from about 4.1 million jobs recorded in 2019.
The tourism sector, the travel, the hotel, was one of the sectors that was recording a double-digit growth. It was heavily affected in terms of the restrictions, the lockdowns, and other measures that our government put in place to contain the spread of COVID. So that had a detrimental impact in terms of the revenue, in terms of livelihood.
However, foreign and East African passengers are required to present a valid negative COVID-19 PCR certificate at the airports obtained from an accredited laboratory from their countries of origin on arrival and departure. However, Uganda is not the only country that has waived off the COVID-19 testing fees.
It has been done in Kenya, and you see that the Kenya now, the economy is on a very firm foundation in terms of recovery, in terms of growth, and in terms of rebuilding resilience. So Rwanda now, it's now opening up. It is opening up because it is one of the countries in East Africa that where vaccination has reached up to 70%.
The latest survey by the East African Business Council indicates that the East African economies that had slid nearly to 1%, but currently the economies are beginning to recover.
I was looking at the numbers in Rwanda, it's now posting 8% GDP growth. Uganda is coming to 6%, Kenya on the same 6%, Tanzania the same. So those are very positive indicators of recovery.
But what explains why the region did not slide into a recession despite the effects of COVID-19?
One of the magic why East Africa did not slide into a recession is our integrated economies, our ability to work together, our coordination effort between the private sector and the government. That is what we call a win-win situation. The government, the private sector worked with the government in terms of supporting those sectors that were sliding, including the tourism, going into negative.
The East African Business Council, headquartered in Arusha, Tanzania, is a regional apex body of the private sector associations and corporates from the 6 East African countries. It was established in 1997 to foster the interests of the private sector in the integration process of the East African community. Jingo Francis, NTV, in Arusha, Tanzania.